just keep up with our stat pages and stuff with the RPT and our SRECs. We're gonna, you know, we're trying to work something out to where we get this person on board. But if we can't, we will start applying all the pressure that we can and really and hopefully entice this person to join with the rest of Texas that wants constitutional carry. But with that being said, I have the distinct honor as the SREC committee man for the State Republican Party to actually serve with our most conservative senator in the state of Texas, Senator Bob Hall.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Wow. And thank y'all for being out here today. You know, government is run by people who show up. And what you being here today is what we need to have more of. This should have been 1,000 people or more here today, because the left is going to be here. They're going to show up, and I will tell you, they have been. I'll tell you what we've been experiencing up there in our hearings is about 20-to-1 ratio of the left showing up to testify and the right staying home and being quiet. And I got to tell you, that's not helping us any on getting the bills done. I didn't mean to come out here and give you a lecture, but I got to tell you, you know, we're in there working. We're in there fighting. We did just manage to get a gun bill passed in the Senate that's going to allow people to carry their guns in hotels now. So we are making some progress, but in the hearings, we had very few people show up in support of it and a whole lot of people showing up against it. And we had the same thing in our elections bill where there are quite a few. So I just implore you, go back and get other people involved, because you make a difference. And I can tell you, Ronald Reagan said for sure that, you know, freedom is not free and liberty is not passed on in the bloodstream. It has got to be fought for, protected, and passed on to other generations and to our friends. Or are we going to sit around in our old age telling our grandchildren what it was like to live in liberty? It's a struggle down here, and it takes all of us to stand up and fight. And it is a fight in there. There is no question about that. And I tell you what, I couldn't do it without the staff. I got Amy Lane here as my chief of staff, who really keeps things glued together. The progress that we have made, though, and open the Capitol, I know everybody's upset about the mask and the testing. Believe me, I am too. But to get to this place for where we were when they first opened the Capitol, they actually wanted to keep it closed and have all of the testimony and committee hearings and floor be done remotely. It's a big change from where the Democrats tried to take us when we first opened up. They wanted to be able to do all the committee hearings by virtually, and we managed to stop that. We managed to keep the votes the same. You have to be in the committee to vote, and you have to be on the floor to vote, just like always. That's right. And so while we're working to get rid of the mask and the testing, we would not have been able, actually, everybody understands, the Democrats would have walked. They would have walked out, and we could not have had a quorum if we didn't do what we did. Now, none of us liked it, didn't want to do it, but the difference between not being able to meet and actually get things done and having to make a small concession to them allowed us to be able to gather in there and do it. We're working, we've got a gun bills up this week in the Senate. I think we've got a big day tomorrow in the House. We've made progress with our pro-life bills and some of our property rights bills out of the Senate. Nothing has crossed from one house to the other to actually get passed out and say it's on to the way to the governor yet. But it's a fight, and I can guarantee you one thing, that I will keep the promise that I made when I first ran. And that's what will get us across the finish line, is that I will go to God every day on my knees and pray for His wisdom, His courage, and His strength to know and do His will. And I will fight for that for as long as I'm standing here and able to do it. So I ask you to pray for us. There's spiritual warfare down here. We need your prayers, and we need your phone calls, and we need your conversations with your rep and your senator. That's who needs to contact them. That's who they listen to. They listen to who is voting for them. So with that, God bless you for being here. God bless Texas. Yeah!